Hey Cancer, it's Erica with Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. This is your August 18th full moon lunar eclipse oracle pull card video. I'm going to use if I could speak, y'all. I'm going to use the Butterfly Oracle card for Life Changes by Doreen Virtue Oracle card deck. I just found it today. It literally jumped out at me while I was at Books A Million, so it felt like it was fate and us being right here at eclipse season. I was like, yeah, let's do this. So, Gemini, or not Gemini, that was just the last card. That was the last series I just did. This is for Cancer. My apologies. This is for my Cancerians. I've got you all listed in one row. For my Cancers, my apologies, y'all. Please don't be mad. I'm doing this on the fly. I'm traveling. Give me a break. For my Cancers, this lunar eclipse is occurring in your 8th house, and that is the house of life, death, and rebirth. It's also the house of sexuality or primal and basic instinct. It could also speak to other people's money. So any of those areas, that's a pretty big house. So, yeah. What I'm doing when I pull for this deck is I literally just kind of fan it, and when it stops, I pull the card. Sorry, y'all are balanced. My tablet is balancing on a clipboard right now. Like I said, I'm making it work. I'm improvising. And I'm going to fan them again. And this one. Well, you know what? That card was stuck to it. So you get 3. How about that? Fiddle-dee-dee. Lanyap, y'all. Okay. Okay. Got the sobriety card. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but you can be sober in thoughts, you can be sober in mind, and you can be sober in action. That could be dealing with actual addictions. It could also just be dealing with a sobering time. The 8th house is a sobering house. It's very intimate, and when you have energy going through there, especially like a full moon lunar eclipse, it can feel quite sobering. But it opens you up for beautiful spiritual growth. I think that that's when you've hit rock bottom, that's when your spiritual growth is the most profound, is that boost back up, if you ask me. And I'm on that boost back up. I feel as though I'm getting over now just hitting rock bottom because of the fire. To be completely honest with y'all. Emotions. This is a highly emotional time. And Cancers, babies, y'all are ruled by the moon. So you feel every full moon. You feel every lunar eclipse. You feel it. And you feel it almost as much as the person or the sign who's experiencing it in their sign. Because the moon is your ruling luminary. That is what represents you in the sky. And it's very emotional. Y'all are very emotional, Cancer. Just breathe. Understand that anything that's coming to an end right now is coming to an end because it needs to, so you can have new growth. And that sounds really harsh if you're going through hell. But I believe Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. I had to remind myself of that a lot. So, let me look up what we have going on in the guidebook. Like I said, this is my first day with the cards, so I'm not going to be familiar with them. You're evolving and progressing. This is emotions. You're evolving and progressing, so it's natural for you to have a different perspective than you did before. This card fell because your feelings are speaking to you, and it's important for you to listen. Ignored emotions only grow stronger and louder. Y'all, I'm sorry, I can't speak today. There is something in your life that is becoming intolerable to you. You were once able to endure or even enjoy this situation, but because you have changed, so too have your emotions. This card asks you to be honest with yourself and to take into inventory how you're feeling. You don't have to resort to any drastic action to resolve anything. Sometimes it's enough just to acknowledge your own feelings so that your heart feels heard and understood. The emotions card could also mean, and I'm sorry for the shaking, getting guidance from a therapist or joining a support group, dealing with an emotional loved one, empathetically absorbing other people's emotions. And y'all can do that, Cancer. Y'all are very sensitive. The next card that we got is sobriety. It says you're becoming more aware and sensitive according to this card. By detoxing and abstaining from chemicals, you're more in touch with your inner guidance and true feelings. Sobriety allows you to focus so that your healing and manifestation work head in the best of directions. Getting and staying sober usually requires some support, which is normal and nothing to feel ashamed about. There are free 12-step meetings in every city and even online under addiction names such as Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. These meetings will set you up with a sponsor, which is a layperson or a counselor to help you remain sober. Other meanings for the sobriety card could be a loved one's addictions or sobriety, codependency issues, detoxing, recovering from a relapse, or helping others to gain sobriety. And the last card that you got was the spiritual growth card. This card signifies that the change you're currently in the midst of or contemplating is part of your spiritual growth, and it will bring about great blessings even if challenges present themselves along the way. As this experience comes to a conclusion, you'll know that you are very strong indeed. In fact, this situation will push you to leave beyond your comfort zone. You'll reach deep inside a reservoir of strength you didn't know you had, and this strength is both peaceful and powerful, and it helps you to learn new life lessons as well as let go of old pain and forgive your past. Other meanings for the spiritual growth card could be spiritual seeking, and if you're watching videos like this, you are seeking spiritually, and that's wonderful. It's always a good thing to look for new things. A change of religion or a new spiritual path. It could also be speaking to being true to yourself. It could deal with a legal issue or a health challenge. So, Cancer, that's a lot to take in. I hope that you enjoyed this oracle card reading for your full moon lunar eclipse in August. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you in September for the new moon solar eclipse on the 1st. Until then, take care of yourselves, and namaste, y'all.